Do I look festive? I'm feeling particularly festive today. This week has kind of sucked balls. I'm going to be completely honest and say it has not been great. Those building dudes did not show up Friday. It's Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving. And still no window. I don't understand. How hard can it be? Welcome back to the channel. Well, we are still in here, still waiting for a window for our ceiling and the roof to be not having a hole in it anymore. And it's Thanksgiving today. So if you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. If you don't, I hope you have a fantabulous Thursday. We're going to talk a little bit about book 3, which I'm working on right now. It's really exciting, I think, to feel like, okay, at the end of this trilogy, but there will still be things happening and going on in Silveridge, so it's not going to be the last Silveridge book. However, I feel like, and somebody asked me this during my live stream when I was doing the book launch, was how has my process changed now compared to with book 1. And I think that there was a quote that somebody said and I can't remember, I think it was Terry Pratchett and somebody in the Heart Breathings community mentioned this. We were talking about how first drafts can be so tricky and like, you're just rewriting a bunch of stuff and things like that. And then they said that Terry Pratchett had this quote where he was saying that the first draft is really you telling the story to yourself. And I thought that that was really, really cool. And I think that it's something that I'm sort of taking into consideration more with this third book. Like I am, as of today, November 27th, I am 44,000 words in. So I should be hitting my 50K goal, but I won't be done with the book. Like the plot, I've wanted things to get to take time. And even now looking back at it, there are things that I know that I'm not happy with, that I know that I want to change, both when it comes to people's character arcs and things like that. But I love the idea of, you know what, the first draft is really just a rough draft, and it is a chance to tell the story to yourself and then be able to go back and revise things. So I think that's something that I'm really taking into consideration with this book, that there are going to be a bunch of rewrites in the new year for this one. And also the fact that I've found some beta readers that I really like working with as well is really exciting and really cool, because I feel like there's so much more processing of the book, of book 3, as opposed to the first one. And I mean, I guess developing and growing is always something that we strive for. And I'm really happy with how things are going, but I am also really excited to eventually be done with book 3, because I do have a new series planned. So that's going to be really fun. But knowing myself, I'm trying to put blinders on and not think about it too much, because I know me. And if I do, I'm gonna lose focus and I'm gonna zero in on the new shiny thing. And Silveridge is pretty damn shiny itself. So that's said. Okay. Let's get working. It's been a really difficult week, pain-wise. Winter has hit, so it is officially like, that time, like if you have chronic illness, for those of you that don't know, I deal with fibromyalgia, Crohn's disease, IBD-associated arthritis, and apparently EPI, something with my pancreas, that pancreas insufficiency. So there's a lot of stuff going on in my body, and whenever it comes to seasonal changes, it messes me up big time. So this week has just been hell. It's been horrible, and I think that has to do with the fluctuations in temperatures and the fact that things have dropped and it's gotten really cold. But it's hard when you're doing something and you're focused, you're very focused and wanting to get something done, and your body's not cooperating. It is a little bit treacherous, a little bit traitory, I kind of feel. But you know, we're having a conversation, having a dialogue. It's okay. It's okay. I know it's not officially December quite yet, but I still feel like I want to reset my Kanban board now. You know how sometimes it feels like everything happens all at once? For us, that is literally how it is, especially this one sort of week. Not necessarily a Monday to Monday or Monday to Sunday kind of week, but there's a week in our family every year where things are a little bit insane. In this crazy week, we have the Thursday. It always kicks off on a Thursday. So the Thursday is Thanksgiving. That's American. And now 2 days later is Saturday. And Saturday is Little Christmas. It's a Swede-Finn tradition, or Finn-Swede tradition. Not necessarily Finnish, but specific, I think, for the Swedish-speaking population. I think the Finns have something called something similar, but it's not like the same tradition. So the Little Christmas that we celebrate is like, we do a Secret Santa thing. Everybody gets like one little present, and it's like you have a little Christmas tree and you have a little Santa Claus, and everybody gets a little thing. And it's basically just sort of kicking off the whole Christmas season. This is the official little Christmas tree that we always had at my grandmother's house, including the creepy Santa Clauses. I don't even want to know what is going on in that Santa Claus's head, but he's creepy.
I feel so sorry.
So, festive? Yes, that's where we're at today. Charlie, are you a reindeer today? Yeah. Ah, you look so good.
Good to see you. Good to see you, sir.
Grandpa Fire.
What?
Grandpa Fire.
Grandpa Fire. Is on my fire?
No, Grandpa's fire. You're awesome. Lilla Jul, alla tjocka hej. And then, I'm trying to think, next Thursday, well, Thursday is my birthday. So it's always like, oh yes. And we have First of Advent, which is a big Swedish thing coming up. So it's like this 1 week, and I guess this year it ends up being a week and a half. It's like Thanksgiving, Little Christmas, First of Advent, my birthday, and just like the whole craziness that is the Christmas season. So this year I actually decided to do something a little bit different than I usually do it. And then I'm like, I will have all my fall decorations and things like that up till the day after Thanksgiving, and then it's like, bam, 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 need to get Christmas up, because I want Christmas to be up by my birthday. That's a lot, because this is the week where everything happens. So this year I actually changed things up, and we decorated for Christmas last week. It feels weird and it feels a little bit early to do it in November in my head, but I feel so much more relaxed. And I think that's kind of where it's at, like going, okay, well, for why? For why? Why am I doing this? Why do I like stick legalistically to traditions instead of being a little bit flexible and saying, okay, this might actually work better? So this year I am planning on not being stressed for Christmas. I know, It's a novel idea, but that's what I'm doing. I am going to be mapping out sort of what things do I think are going to come up that could possibly induce a flare, because things have already been rough as they have been this week and this month so far, because we're transitioning seasonally. So what can I do to make sure that I'm not putting myself in situations that are going to have me flaring up and feeling terrible when I really want to be doing other stuff like writing? So let's get December set up on the Kanban board. Mine is not a fancy board. This is what I do my planning on. Let's see. Grab this. It's basically just like a picture frame, and I switch out seasonally the paper behind it and do my to-dos in progress and finished. And yeah, so this has been the fall season. Let's move into Christmas. This is paper that we're going to. I kind of went with mistletoe, I think. I'm not sure if it was, semi-subconsciously, because my book is Murder and Mistletoe, and it's a wintry, Christmassy kind of thing, the one that's out now. But I really thought it was cute. I really like this one. So let's get these set up. I think that they should work, and that they are, seamless. I think they should be able to match up. We'll see. Okay, so I think we are going to go in with this one. I cut the edges off, and then we'll separate it sort of with these little Christmas tree kind of pine things. In all honesty, I kind of feel like I could possibly have just taken Christmas wrapping paper instead of printing that out. But on the other hand, this way it's a pattern that I made and I feel happy with. So it's exactly what I want. I do love green, but I feel like I do want a little bit of red because it's just the season, and to sort of pick up the red in the berries. Today is the last day of November, which means it's my last day to be able to work and get the 50,000 words in that I had planned for the month for the Rough Draft Challenge. I have about 1,800-ish words to go, so I am going to be jumping into a bunch of writing sprints within the Heart Breathings community at the same time as I'm writing and cutting out stickers because the whimsy boxes need to go out this week. Multitasking, because why not? it has been a crazy multitasking day, but I did manage to get my 50K words for the month, and I am so stoked. I'm not finished with the rough draft, but I kind of knew that that was going to happen, and I'm going to be doing the last third of the book this month that's coming. So December is also going to be a bit of a writing month, and hopefully you guys can join me for some live sprints if you are into that sort of thing as well. I'll see you guys back here for the podcast this week and for some live sprints, and next weekend for the vlog. Bye bye.